Hey everyone, it's Dr. Mike, and did you know that nearly 2 billion people around the world suffer from iron deficiency? That's a staggering number. Iron is absolutely crucial for our bodies to function properly, but the tricky thing is, it's often overlooked, and the symptoms can be brushed off as something else entirely. Today, we're diving deep into the 10 warning signs your body might be screaming for more iron. Now, I'm not talking about feeling a little tired after a long day. We're talking about persistent nagging symptoms that can seriously impact your quality of life. Remember, this video is for informational purposes only, and it's essential to consult with your healthcare provider for any health concerns. Early detection is key, people, so let's get started and empower you to take control of your health. Let's kick things off with one of the most common signs of iron deficiency, feeling tired and weak all the time. And I'm not talking about that, I need another cup of coffee kind of tired. We're talking about that bone-deep exhaustion that just doesn't seem to go away no matter how much sleep you get. You might find yourself struggling to get through the day, feeling like you're dragging yourself from one task to another. Now, you might be thinking, well, I am pretty stressed, or I have been working a lot lately. And while that's completely valid, it's important to remember that persistent, unexplained fatigue can often be a sign of iron deficiency. You see, iron plays a vital role in creating hemoglobin, which is a protein in red blood cells that carries oxygen throughout your body. When your iron levels are low, your body can't produce enough hemoglobin, and your cells don't get the oxygen they need to function properly. This can lead to that feeling of constant fatigue and weakness, making even simple tasks feel like monumental efforts. So, if you're constantly feeling drained, don't just brush it off as stress or overwork. It could be your body's way of telling you it needs more iron. Ever looked in the mirror and thought, wow, I look paler than usual? Well, that, my friends, could be another sign of iron deficiency. When your body is low on iron, it prioritizes getting oxygen to your vital organs first, which means your skin might be getting the short end of the stick. Hemoglobin, the protein we talked about earlier, is what gives your skin that healthy, rosy glow. So when you're not producing enough hemoglobin due to low iron levels, your skin can lose its color and appear pale. This paleness is often most noticeable in the face, especially around the lower inner eyelids. You might also notice it in your gums, nail beds, and the insides of your lips. Now, I know some people are naturally paler than others, and that's totally normal. But if you're noticing a sudden or gradual change in your skin tone, especially if it's accompanied by other symptoms we're discussing, it's worth getting your iron levels checked. Feeling out of breath after climbing a flight of stairs or chasing after the bus? That's not always normal, especially if it's happening more often than usual. Iron deficiency can leave you feeling breathless, even after minimal physical activity. Remember how we talked about hemoglobin carrying oxygen throughout your body? Well, when you're low on iron, your blood carries less oxygen, which means your muscles and tissues aren't getting the fuel they need to function properly. This can leave you feeling winded and short of breath, even after relatively light exertion. You might find yourself struggling to catch your breath, feeling like you've just run a marathon when you've only walked around the block. This is your body's way of telling you that it's not getting enough oxygen, and it could be a sign that your iron levels are low. So, if you're constantly feeling breathless, don't just dismiss it as being out of shape. It could be your body's way of crying out for more iron. Ever feel like the room is spinning, even when you're standing perfectly still? Or maybe you're plagued by frequent headaches that just won't quit. These too can be sneaky signs of iron deficiency. You see, our brains require a significant amount of oxygen to function properly. In fact, they use about 20% of the oxygen we breathe. When our iron levels are low, and our blood isn't carrying enough oxygen, our brains are often the first to feel the effects. This can lead to dizziness, lightheadedness, and those pesky headaches that just won't quit. You might also experience blurry vision, difficulty concentrating, or even feelings of confusion. These are all signs that your brain isn't getting the oxygen it needs, and it could be a sign that your iron levels are low. So, if you're experiencing frequent dizziness or headaches, don't just reach for the painkillers. It's important to address the root cause, which could be iron deficiency. Are your hands and feet always cold, even when it's warm outside? Do you find yourself reaching for socks and gloves in the middle of summer? While some people are naturally prone to cold extremities, persistently cold hands and feet can also be a sign of iron deficiency. This is because iron plays a crucial role in regulating body temperature. When your iron levels are low, your blood flow can be affected, and your body might struggle to maintain a consistent temperature. This can lead to poor circulation, especially in your extremities like your hands and feet. You might notice that your fingers and toes feel cold to the touch, even when the rest of your body feels warm. You might also experience numbness, tingling, or a pins and needles sensation in your extremities. So, if you're constantly battling cold hands and feet, don't just chalk it up to bad circulation. It could be your body's way of telling you it needs more iron. Have you noticed your nails becoming brittle and prone to breaking? Or maybe you're shedding more hair than usual? Iron deficiency can wreak havoc on your hair and nails. You see, iron is essential for cell growth and repair, including the cells that make up our hair and nails. When your body is low on iron, it can't produce enough red blood cells to deliver oxygen to your hair follicles and nail beds. This can lead to brittle, weak nails that chip and break easily. You might also experience hair loss, as your hair follicles don't get the nutrients they need to grow strong, healthy hair. You might notice more hair than usual on your brush, pillowcase, or in the shower drain. So, if you're struggling with brittle nails and hair loss, don't just blame it on your hair products or nail polish remover. It could be a sign that your body is crying out for more iron. Ever feel like your heart is racing, fluttering, or skipping a beat? These sensations, known as heart palpitations, can be quite alarming. While occasional heart palpitations are usually harmless, frequent or persistent palpitations can be a sign of an underlying health condition, including iron deficiency. Remember, iron is crucial for transporting oxygen throughout your body, including to your heart. When your iron levels are low, your heart has to work harder to pump blood and get enough oxygen. This extra workload can lead to heart palpitations, as your heart tries to compensate for the lack of oxygen. You might feel your heart pounding in your chest, or you might experience a fluttering or irregular heartbeat. It's important to note that heart palpitations can have various causes, so it's crucial to consult with your doctor if you're experiencing them. Do you experience an irresistible urge to move your legs, especially at night? This uncomfortable sensation, often accompanied by tingling, creeping, or crawling feelings, is a hallmark of restless leg syndrome, also known as RLS. While the exact cause of RLS is still unknown, research suggests a link between iron deficiency and this frustrating condition. Some studies suggest that low iron levels in the brain might disrupt the production of dopamine, a neurotransmitter involved in movement control. This disruption could contribute to the restless, uncomfortable sensations in the legs. If you're experiencing symptoms of RLS, it's essential to consult with your doctor to determine the underlying cause and discuss appropriate treatment options. Take a look at your tongue. Is it smooth and pink, or is it swollen, inflamed, or oddly smooth? Believe it or not, changes in your tongue's appearance can also be a sign of iron deficiency. When your body is low on iron, your tongue can become inflamed and sore. This is because iron is essential for maintaining the health of the mucous membranes in your mouth, including your tongue. Without enough iron, these tissues can become thin and inflamed, leading to a swollen, smooth, or sore tongue. You might also notice cracks at the corners of your mouth, difficulty swallowing, or a burning sensation in your tongue. These are all signs that your body might be lacking iron. We've all experienced strange cravings from time to time, but have you ever craved something that's not even food? This unusual craving, known as pica, can be a surprising sign of iron deficiency. People with pica might find themselves craving and even consuming non-food items like ice, dirt, clay, paper, or starch. While the exact link between pica and iron deficiency is still being studied, some researchers believe that the body might crave these non-food items in an attempt to obtain minerals that are lacking in the diet. If you're experiencing pica, it's important to consult with your doctor to address the underlying cause and discuss appropriate treatment options. So there you have it, the 10 warning signs that your body might be screaming for more iron. From persistent fatigue and pale skin to restless legs and strange cravings, these symptoms can significantly impact your quality of life. Remember, early detection is key. If you're experiencing any of these signs, don't ignore them. Talk to your doctor, get your iron levels checked, and take steps to address any deficiencies. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever experienced any of these symptoms? Share your experiences in the comments below. and for more health tips and advice, be sure to check out my other videos. Stay healthy, everyone.